They say the friction between a tire and the road can actually make the tire catch fire, kind of like rubbing sticks together to start a flame. But can that really happen? To test this myth, Adam brought in a car with a V8 engine. They used a forklift to lift the front wheels off the ground, then removed the left rear tire so only the right one would spin. Jamie installed an exhaust system at the back of the car to keep the smoke from flooding the cabin during the test. For safety, Jamie suited up in full fire gear before stepping into the driver's seat. A fire truck stood by just in case. Once everything was ready, Jamie fired up the engine. As the tire rubbed against the ground, thick white smoke started pouring out. After 2 minutes of high RPM spinning, there was still zero sign of flames, just more smoke. Eventually, the tire gave out and burst under the pressure. A temperature check showed that the tire had nowhere near reached its ignition point when it blew. But surprisingly, the rubber dust that came off the tire actually ignited on its own a few minutes later. That meant the conditions for starting a fire were technically there. So Adam mounted an angle grinder onto a metal plate. The spinning grinder would shoot sparks directly onto the tire. Jamie floored the gas again, forcing the tire to grind even harder. The thick smoke completely blocked everyone's view. Even with the added sparks, the tire never caught fire, right up until it burst again. For their final attempt, they poured gasoline near the tire, added sparks from the grinder, and spun the tire at full speed. Even with all three factors combined, 2 minutes of intense friction still didn't ignite the tire. Just more smoke. Sometimes science is weird. Turns out a spinning tire creates turbulence, and that airflow actually prevents ignition from happening at all. In a way, a tire has its own built-in fire suppression system.